first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Williams going to get it again on second down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a Ravens first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Give him 2 on the play there. And that'll be good for a Baltimore first. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 38, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And a short gain down to about the 33. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all this stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. To throw, Cousins. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Not much there, only a yard. throwing again on second down. Jackson slings it to Anders, and it's complete. The tight end has it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Jackson looking to throw on third. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Nick Vigil. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. That is caught. Westbrook's got it. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An explosive 38-yard pickup. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that,
he's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Calais Campbell, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. We're scoreless after 1. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing is Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory. But that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done. But I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. D.J. Waddle drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here, 1st and 10. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, 57 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. 1st down. Here's Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., 53 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. So many times you think of these tight ends catching the ball already in the end zone, but today's tight end, they can run after the catch, too, to score.
They're big, they're strong, but they're extremely athletic, and they can surprise the heck out of you when they get the ball in their hands and they're running away from the defense.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. The quick feet by Jackson. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 28. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. 47 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame. 2nd down and 3. From the gun, Jackson. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And here's Jackson on the option. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd and goal, here's an option play left. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Buying time to his left. Hard throw, incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not getting too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Open here, Adam Thielen. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. A first down throw for Cousins. Smith catches left side. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Play fake. Cousins. Flush to his right. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jet.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. Taken at the 15, a short kick. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want us to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Cousins to throw it. Setting up the screen for Cook. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On play action, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And it's third down. Cousins again. And that is incomplete. Just a little bit. Beyond the reach there of his receiver, that's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get it? And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Emerson Griffin on the sack, taken to the fourth round back in 2010. What a steal. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson going with a screen for Murray. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And he powers through the first lane, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Inside handoff here to Ricard. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Let's give credit to the defense. They got plenty of bodies to the point of attack and stuff the run. But I just wonder if the offensive line let down a little bit, knowing that the big guy was getting the ball, and they just expected him to pick up a first.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. Jackson. That goes out wide to Murray. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Back to the ground game. Here's Murray. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the return will stop right around the 25. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Open man left side. That's the tight end, Herndon. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now Cook running right. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. From the 41, Mond. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Mond. He'll fire one deep for Westbrook. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown. D.D. Westbrook. 59 yards. And the Vikings have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
That catch good for only a couple. That was second down run for Murray. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And now here is another interception. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mond. They'll get this underneath to Madison. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well. Mond going to throw it. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Under pressure is Mond, and he'll go down. Tyus Bowser. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, a couple of leaps backwards after that play. They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
The Vikings on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Here's Mond. And Cook has it left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Mond. They're going for it. Here's a diving catch right side. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd and 10, Jackson flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They run it again with Cook. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. Mond looks to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And this was truly